Yo, what's good, basketball heads? It's your boy Crush. So here we go, man. You got Paul Pierce and Stephen A. Smith saying Kawhi Leonard needs to retire. Well, Paul Pierce said he should consider retirement. Last year, Stephen A. Smith said he should retire. So everybody's out here telling Kawhi, he should hang it up. It's the end of the road. And I feel bad for Kawhi, man. And it's unfortunate, that his body keeps on breaking down. And no matter what he do, load manage, play less games, don't matter. The man is always hurt. He's always injured. San Antonio, the man got hurt. They misdiagnosed his situation. Thought he was lying, making things up. Him and Greg Pop in the organization, they had a falling out. They sent the man over there somewhere, in Siberia somewhere. Sent the man to the other neck of the woods somewhere. Now, backstory. You had DeMar DeRozan, Kyle Lowry. Year after year after year, they were unable to get to the finals. They would go just far enough, but LeBron was the blockade because LeBron had the better team. I mean, yes, LeBron, he's the better player, but he had the better team. So they kept losing nonstop. Now, back to the story at hand. This is where Kawhi came in. They trade DeRozan, sent Kawhi over there. The man got there immediately. They won a championship. And everybody's saying Kawhi is the best player in the world. At that time, there's no argument. We all felt the same way. This dude is the best player in the world. You had dudes like Max Kellerman and others saying if Kawhi could win another chip, 3 championships, 1 for each franchise, that would put him on a next level, a next tier. That would have placed him up there with all the greats. He's already great, but that would have really ascended him. So following his championship, he signed with the Clippers. They pulled a fast one on LeBron and the Lakers, signed Paul George. At that time, you couldn't tell me the Clippers wasn't the best team in the NBA, or even on the West for that matter. They had the best team in the West. They had the best team in the West. And this is Kawhi coming off a championship. Much younger. He's only 32 years old right now. So around that time, he was like 26. And you have Paul George, who was like a year older, or a year and a half. So Paul George was around 28. So both these dudes are coming in young in their primes coming in. They had a great season, got to the playoffs. It was the bubble year. They didn't want to be there. Not making excuses for them. Most teams didn't want to be there, but they went anyway. And they didn't take the game as serious as they needed to. You can't tell me Nikola Jokic Denver was a better team than the Clippers. I know they won, and this sounds crazy, but they were not a better team. I just feel like the Clippers, they weren't focused. They didn't want to be there. They just wasn't focused, man. They thought it was going to be all peaches and cream. They went up 3-1 on Denver. Until this day, man, my only disappointment is not seeing 2020 Clippers versus 2020 Lakers with LeBron and AD and Dwight Howard. Everybody wanted to see that. That was the talk of the year for the entire season. The Lakers and the Clippers. Who is the best team in LA? They underestimated their opponent, being up 3-1. They got complacent, relaxed. You are supposed to put your foot on their necks and end up losing that series. And Kawhi haven't been healthy since. The man haven't been right since. And it's a sad situation, man. It's disappointing. I'm not blaming him. It's just sad his body can't stay healthy. We know what Kawhi could do. And everybody had hopes and dreams of Kawhi winning a championship as a Clipper. And I'm not saying it's impossible still. He's still active, right? But the chances are slim, man, because he can't stay healthy. The man will make it through the season to the end. He usually gets hurt at the end of the season. So he'll make it to the end of the season or make it to the first round in the playoffs. Oh, Kawhi's hurt. And this is the same issue, the same situation every year. Regardless of that, the Clippers, they still paid him. And I understand. That's Kawhi Leonard. So he still made his money. He still got his money regardless. But it's disappointing. Now you have people like Stephen A. saying he should retire. People like Paul Pierce saying he should consider retirement. And everybody's telling this dude, you need to retire. And it's sad, man. It's just sad because we know the level and how great this man is when he's healthy. but his body keeps on failing him. And every season for the past 5 years, it's been disappointment, disappointment, disappointment. But I don't know what he should do. Do I feel he should retire? I don't know. I honestly don't know what Kawhi should do, man. Now you have Paul George in Philly because the Clippers, they didn't want to pay him. And I understand. So this is what Paul Pierce had to say. Knowing Kawhi's history of injuries, I like that move. He probably has that itch. But I think it's probably best for both parts that he pays that team that's paying him money. Kawhi should really start thinking about retirement. I really do believe that. This is just for the guy's health. He's missed 44% of the games. You really got to think about the long run for yourself. So Paul Pierce is saying it's a great decision that Kawhi dropped out of, the Team USA situation, playing for Team USA with LeBron, Steph, and all the boys. He said it's a great decision because the Clippers, they're the one paying you the money and you are always hurt. And he also said Kawhi should think about retiring. And I don't know if he should retire or not. I don't know. In this generation, or I should say the last generation, he's my favorite player currently, or one of. Kawhi is one of my favorite players, man. So I don't know how to feel about him retiring, him continuing to play. He's only 32, so he's not old, but his body keeps on failing him. But I don't know what he should do, man. I just know it's been disappointing for 5 seasons. It's just been disappointment, man. Every season. And he's always hurt. And I don't believe he don't try to stay healthy. I just feel like he's one of those, man. His body keeps on failing him. And it's sad. So Kawhi dropped out of Team USA. And this came right after Stephen A. Smith criticized Steve Ballmer for allowing Kawhi to play. So right after that, the man dropped out. And I understand. I would love to see him play for Team USA. But truth be told, he's always injured. So why would you play for Team USA? Add more mileage to yourself when you are unable to make it through a regular season. So it would make more sense for him to just sit out the summer, get his body right, relax his knees. It makes more sense. That decision wasn't the smartest, but I'm glad he came to his senses, and he dropped out. It's the right thing to do, man, especially when you are talking about an injury-prone player. I don't know what Kawhi's future holds, He's a certified Hall of Famer. Nobody's going to argue that. Automatic Hall of Famer. Top 20 greatest players ever. So his legacy is already cemented, but imagine, man, that's all we could ever do is what if. Man, I hate those what ifs. Even though he's a Hall of Famer, he already has a great legacy. The fact of the matter is that what if still exists. Like, what if Kawhi wasn't injury prone? And it sucks, man, but we are going to see what happened this season coming up. Can Kawhi finally make it through the season and play in the playoffs? We know what he could do in the playoffs. We just need him to get to the playoffs. But we are going to see what happened, man. But as always, I'll holla. As always, we just talking basketball. Hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share. Holla at your boy.
It's all about the game and how you play it. It's all about the game. I'ma say it. It's all about the game.